Hey, everybody. Jeff Horowitz with Dentists in the Know here at the Chicago Midwinter Dental Meeting, one of my favorite times of year because I get to see some great people, some old great friends. One of our top contributors on Dentists in the Know, Dr. Lee Weinstein. So thank you for being with us again. You stopped by and talked with us last year.
Absolutely.
And happy that you came by and said hello again. So what's been going on? What have you been doing?
Trying to stay out of trouble. You said
Yeah.
I was old. I am, but
I said old friend.
Old
Let's get
friend,
that
excuse me,
straight.
okay.
Old friend.
Right.
Yeah.
I classify old chronologically, mentally, and physically. So this morning I got out of bed. I was 87. My wife said on a good day I'm 6. I take that and I just throw the other age out. It doesn't make a difference.
What happens in between, we don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember because I'm old. But nevertheless, it's great to be back.
Yeah.
You guys are absolutely the best. I've been posting on your site for God knows how long.
And we really do. Content is everything, and we just so appreciate the fact that you take the time to do that. But you know, you've been out of dentistry for a little while, and I think it would be a great idea if you could share maybe what we had talked about disability and things like that. I think it's a great message for people to hear. So you want to share a little about that?
Sure. Absolutely. 100%. If you have a problem, we go through dental school, we don't learn anything about business. And that's understandable. It's not acceptable for $800,000 a year. It's not.
Right.
But the bottom line is you get your disability insurance. They don't write disability insurance anymore for life. They only stop at about 65.
70, 65.
Correct.
Yeah.
The issues are we all have problems. We all start out sitting up straight at 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And by 4 o'clock, I'm like on the floor. Or how many times you walk into a room and you see the dentist upside down with his glasses. I'm using loops.
I'm guilty. I have.
We're all horrible because we got to do what we got to do.
Right.
And doing pediatrics, I have 30 seconds to sit there and do what I need to do. So I started to have a problem. I have 2 pinched nerves in my neck and my back, L4, L5, C4, C5, L4, L5.
Yeah.
And I numbness down my hand. So I'm sitting there going, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life and what's going to happen. And I started to slowly cut back. My advice to anybody, and when I lecture all the time, I just bring this up. If you have a problem, even if it's the beginning of a problem, your neck is bothering you, you got carpal tunnel, you got this, you got that, tennis elbow, I don't care what you do. Besides going to a doctor, you go to a disability lawyer. And at worst, it'll cost you $200 to get an opinion. Doesn't mean you're filing a claim. It doesn't mean that you're going to commit to anything. I just want to get some information. Had I not done that and not done it the right way, I'm not sure that I would be collecting my disability. I believe that the disability companies are great, but the bottom line is I'm not so sure that they want to pay.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, again,
there's a reason those insurance companies have big, beautiful buildings in every city, right?
That's right. It's like going to Las Vegas. You go to Las Vegas, the casinos are not doing it for the fun of it.
That's right.
They're making money. And anybody that tells you they win all the time is full of junk. They're not. You know, you're going to lose just as much. So back to disability, they're going to ask you questions, and the disability company is not trying to trick you or whatever, but there's certain things and certain terms and certain language that you need to use. So be prepared. I will tell you to max out on your disability. Did I hate doing it? Absolutely. Did I want to continue working for years? I absolutely want to. But my body said no. So now what am I going to do? And if I did not go to the attorney, this is just my opinion. If I did not go to the attorney and follow what his advice was, we're not cheating. We're not doing anything, but we got to follow the proper protocol. If we didn't do that, then I believe that I probably would have been denied. And they'll ask you questions and just spend time with your attorney. But same thing for you. You practice, Chad practices, Jen practices. Tomorrow, I don't expect to be in a car accident, but something happens. Or I'm reading x-rays and all of a sudden my eyesight sort of goes and I can't see. I might be able to see with my, loops, but I can't see.
Right.
You need to protect yourself.
It's an interesting point because, so I actually learned this lesson very early in my life when I was taking my state boards in South Carolina. We had gotten a call that my dad, who had an underground sprinkler company, he was getting something out of his trunk at a customer's house, and a car swerved off the road, crushed him between the bumpers. I mean, he'd be dead if he weren't near a level 1 trauma center.
Right.
But it really did something to me to say you just never know what's going to happen tomorrow, because you just have to be prepared. You have to have that. So when I was in my residency, I was going off to my residency shortly after that. I talked to everyone about that, and they actually brought someone in from the insurance industry, disability,
Absolutely.
and we all got signed up. And I think that that's really powerful because, number one, the rates are really good the younger you get it,
100%.
and they allow you to keep adding benefit on,
Right.
as
Cost of
you
living and whatever you're doing,
right,
you need to
exactly.
do that.
So, no, I think it's a great message, and I appreciate you sharing that.
One
Uh,
other example,
yeah.
just real quickly, I had a student of mine that I taught when I taught in the dental school, and he had just graduated, and he had bought his disability insurance. He had just opened up his office. He was changing a light bulb. He got up on the step stool, 2 steps. He accidentally fell off the step stool while he was changing the bulb. He broke his hand and he broke his 2 fingers.
How many dentists does it take to change a light bulb, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Or yeah. Don't worry, I'll sit in the dark. It's
Yeah.
not a problem. But so he fell off, and now his 2 fingers sort of like bent 90 degrees. He could no longer practice. He had disability insurance. His problem was at that particular point, he had just graduated, so he could only afford or only be able to receive like $1,000 a
Right.
month. You work out of that and you're in a resident and you have $800,000 in debt and you're in an accident. The government doesn't care. The company who you have insurance doesn't care. Sorry, you got sick. You have to pay.
Yeah.
You got to pay your mortgage. You got to pay whatever you have to pay. So unfortunately, he couldn't practice. I think he became a teacher after that. I sort of lost track of him. But you never know what's going to happen, just like it
Yeah,
had.
for sure.
And be protected. That's just what it is.
It's an amazing message. So on another front, you're keeping busy doing a lot of things.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm
obviously
trying.
You're here as an exhibitor this time around, and I think
Correct.
you're working with a friend on a new mirror called the Flip Mirror.
Yeah, I think the flip mirror is great.
Yeah,
It turns 90 degrees both ways. You can play around with it. I can put it on the top, see 14 on the buckle. I can put it on the lingual. I can see the lingual or move the tongue out of the way and still look at class 5 on 19. I can look at my preps. I have much more control on the mirror. I like the fact that it flips back and forth. It's sterilizable. It works. A friend of mine has a patent on it. I'm just helping him out. I think it's a great mirror, and it works, and it's easy to use, and it's cost effective compared to some of the other disposable ones or the metal ones. You can sterilize it. You can see whatever you want. One's the regular side, the other's magnified. So it's proficient.
the other
at both
side's magnified. I didn't
little
even
bit.
see that.
Yeah.
That's
So I think that they're great. Like
Yeah.
years ago, we used to take on the mirror. We had these little amalgam catches in the 1800s when I went to dental school. So
Yeah.
the amalgam would not go down the back of
Right.
the throat if you weren't using the rubber dam. This is the same thing for me, and it ties into what I do now with this advisory board of the special needs group. We'll talk about in a second.
That's what I wanted to
That
touch on.
this for a special needs patient, even it could be an elderly patient, someone with tardive dyskinesia whose tongue is moving all over the place. I need to get that out of the way, and it's not going to be one of my instruments that's going to create a problem. I can still see what I need to see.
Yeah, and they also make the same company. They also make a sensor holder.
Correct.
Yeah,
Click Ray is the name of the company that does
Okay.
that. They make sensor holders, which are the predecessor of the old RINs. The old RINs were all metal.
Yeah.
They still make them. The rings. Now all you need, when you have your hygienist and she's got to take 18 x-rays and she's got to take, okay, I've got to shift this one off. I have to take this one. Click Ray, one set of RINs. They're all interchangeable. You turn it around, lightweight, half the price of what we pay, and easy to use. It's a simple no-brainer. They sell it at Dentsply. They sell it online. I think that it's a boon to us and for the hygienists who don't take.
I'm gonna look into that actually after I'm gonna come by the booth.
Absolutely come by.
So one other thing I want to talk about is becoming a certified autism center. You approached me about this.
Absolutely. I think that is essential today.
So talk about that. Tell me about what you saw the need as, and who this can best serve to look into becoming a certified autism center.
I, as a pediatric dentist, treat a lot of autistic children or people on the spectrum or disabled. First of all, the word disability or special needs sort of gets thrown away when I was in Dubai lecturing and going through some of that stuff. People with special needs in Dubai are called people with determination, which is a much better word.
Yeah.
The stigma of special needs can be all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I see that there's a need for this. The organization that I'm on the advisory board is based out of Jacksonville, Florida. It's
Okay.
called IBCCES. And what we do is go into businesses. Doesn't make a difference what it is. We do almost every amusement park in the country. The largest amusement park in the Middle East is in Dubai. That's certified. In the city of Mesa, I live in Arizona. The city of Mesa is a certified autism city, which means the police, the fire, the library, the pizza guy, the medical offices, everybody knows how to treat. There's many times you see on the news, this poor kid who's a big kid, he's 18, the police tell him, what is he doing? He's in the park. He's got a problem.
Right.
And he becomes sort of resistant, and then they end up shooting him. Right or wrong, they need the training. So this group will go in and train and certify your officers. What they're basically doing, or what we're doing, is teaching compassion, teaching training, how to handle that special needs. That special needs, or whatever you want to call, ranges anywhere from the autistic spectrum to somebody that's 97 years old and has Alzheimer's or whatever.
Yeah.
That training that you get just translates into better practice. The bottom line is, you want your office to be like Cheers. You want your office to be where everybody knows your name and they walk away and say, Dr. Jeff is amazing. His office is great.
So this is something that I, as a dentist, would call you, say, come in.
Correct.
How do we get certified? How long does the process take? What are the costs involved? And then, what have you seen from other offices that have done this?
The other offices that have done that right now, and we're doing a lot more dental offices, but we're also doing a lot of schools. I just had somebody that we were in a hot tub in Cabo.
I don't know if we want to go down this
No,
road.
no, all right. We were in Cabo, and I'm talking to these two guys that own a school in Tijuana. They have 2,000 students in the school. They just signed on for the program because they're going to teach their teachers, kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, up to third grade, how to better handle that segment of populations. In the dental world, we're going to teach you how to handle that situation a little bit better. In the pediatric world, we have some of that training. In the general dental world, we don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to do every child, but if you do a lot more children that have that special needs issue, you get more credibility. One, you get more satisfaction out of it. Two,
Yeah.
you get more credibility. Three, if you're the only one in the neighborhood that is certified to handle special needs kids or autistic kids, that is a business boom to you. You're the only one. Jeff Horowitz is the only one in his neighborhood that does that.
Yeah.
I have 3 kids. One of mine is a special needs. Not really, but one is. My kid has to go someplace. So now I bring him to Jeff's office. Jeff knows how to do that. And I walk out and say, oh my God, Jeff's office was great. Or Chad's office or Jen's office were phenomenal. And they know how to treat Billy.
So it's a great differentiator, and
Absolutely.
and with it, I mean, it's just self-growth. I mean, it's
Of course. So now I know that you can treat my kid.
Yeah.
And I have 2 others, but my next door neighbor goes, where do you take Billy or Bob? Oh, I take him to Jeff Horowitz's office. Is he good with it? Oh, he loves going.
Yeah.
So if it's good enough for your kid who's got a problem, he's certainly going to be good enough with mine. And now with every kid, I don't care if it's a purely business. It could be a lost lead. You could be losing money on my kid. That's okay. But I now have made it up because now as a parent, you were great with what I did. Now comes a parent with 5 crowns, 3 implants,
For
2
sure.
partials. His mother who has Alzheimer's, who needs a new denture or whatever it is. It generates business.
Right.
And that purely, it's not why we do it, but it's a huge aspect of why you should do it. Be the first on the block to be there, but just training your staff to be more compassionate, more caring, more considerate, more understanding translates into better care for the patients, whether they're special needs or not.
How long does the process take?
It can take you, most of it is through Zoom, and you're going to do those lectures, and they're all pre-recorded, or we work with you. We'll come out and visit or whatever we need to do.
Yeah.
A couple of months and you're done. You can take it as quickly as you want or not. You pay for the staff. Every program is a little bit different. So in my office or the offices that we work with, and I have a pediatric office who's doing part of a residency from Langone, and she's got 4 residents in her office that NYU has said sanction. So we're going to go in there and we're going to start to train those people.
Great.
And they're getting the special needs. The general practice residencies could all benefit from it because they have no clue. They're still trying to figure out how to do a class 1. They don't know how to speak to people. Yeah. And that's okay. You go to plenty of dentists today and you go, I can't believe they make a living. Do you not? understand it.
Competition is tough now. It's very tough. So how do they get in touch with you to do this? Who do they go to if
You can
if
look up
a dentist wants to start learning about this?
one, you can call me. I'll give you my phone number, which is I'm in Arizona. It's 480-323-0240.
You give me your number now?
We can go out for a date. Just call me anytime. So 480-323-0240.
You heard it here, Dinks. I got a number.
I hope you're taking me someplace good.
Yeah.
But all right, that was a given. Okay. But you can look them up online. It's IBCCES. It's based out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
And what we will do is to certify the programs. There's all different types of programs from medical. We have the advisory board from people from Mayo Clinic. What also is very interesting is this group will help. As you learn to become more and more involved with this community, you see that patient is a valuable asset into the community.
Yeah.
There's many companies. You might want to hire a lab tech that is artistic and autistic. What they do is they come into work. There's no outside, I mean, it's a stereotype, but there's no outside gossiping. They couldn't come in. A lot of the companies, the electric company, the gas company, a lot of major companies, Intel, you come in, they pack their lunch, they sit there, they work, they leave at the end of the day, they put in a good hour. They're not spending 22 minutes trying to do this.
Right.
Oh, I got to go I got to go on a smoking break. They don't do that. But we're trying to train those. You go to the supermarket and you see all those special needs kids bagging and things like that.
Right.
They need to have some self-worth and they need to have some background and understanding.
Yeah.
That's just the overall picture. But in the dental world, it's a great thing to do. And it's a great, as you say, I'll say it's a mitzvah. It's a nice thing to do to really be able to take care of that patient better, but you're going to be able to take care of every patient better. So this is just a means to an end, but you'd be the certified one on the block. I'm sorry. I don't know why DSOs would not be doing this. If I were XYZ DSO and I can say I'm XYZ and we are certified.
Well, you never know. You might get a call now.
Maybe.
Well, listen, thank you for everything that you're doing for dentistry. Sometimes one door closes and other doors open. And
that's right.
And you sure have found a lot of open doors to go through.
Yeah,
so
I got a bunch of keys.
Yeah.
But you know what? Between us, those posts that I post for you, I do for fun, business, and whatever. I hope that people who are reading your blogs and your posts and your Wednesday hump day, which I think is amazing. I drink my scotch. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I drink
it's fine to say. We're drinking publicly, so why shouldn't you?
Use the posts. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
You need to, inform your patients. If you're not going to do that, you're not going to keep current. You're not going to take care of that. And we may be dentists, but we're also physicians of the mouth. We're too separated. We've created our own problem.
Yeah.
And I need to know a little bit more about medicine if I'm going to be talking. Same thing with taking your blood pressure. I'm sorry, if you're a pediatric office or any office and you're not taking the blood pressure on a daily basis, you got a problem. Someone comes in with 200 over 160. I'm not treating it today, and I'm sorry you don't get upset, but we need to take ourselves a little bit more serious.
Oh, I agree with you. Well, thanks for all your contributions.
My pleasure.
Thanks for being one of our greatest dinks, and always great to see you.
A pleasure, Jeff.
Okay, Lee.
All right, thanks.
All right, Chicago Midwinter Dental Meeting. Dr. Lee Weinstein and Dentist in the Know. Have a great day, everyone.
Enjoy.